It's April 20th, morning, 9-ish almost. I suppose I should show you my breakfast. It's a little bit different. I made a sprouted lentil soup with a fairly basic broth. So I topped it with some cilantro and broccolini, which I sliced up, and some of those sweet organic peppers that are small and lovely, and some spinach and kimchi. This one I made with carrots and white cabbage, green cabbage, and but it pretty much tastes the same. I can't really tell. You know, I thought I'd try it with some carrots in it, but it's whatever. And then I put some black sesame seeds on top. So that's my breakfast. But I wanted to talk a little more about this. Now, I did mention it when my mom was visiting, and I'll be returning it soon. It's a chef instructor at the Culinary Institute of America at Greystone put out this thing. It was only one DVD that went with this. So, Essential Secrets of Spices and Cooking, the Everyday Gourmet. And I mean, this subject, I do have a bit of a problem with the great courses that are focused on nutrition so far, because, or cooking at all, because it's a major subject, and to cover it, like Essential Secrets of Spice and Cooking, cover that in one DVD. I mean, this was 6 lectures, and they focused on only, or he focused on only, lesson 1 was India, lesson 2 China, lesson 3 Mexico, lesson 4 Mediterranean spices, and it was not Mediterranean, it was more Middle Eastern. I saw nothing in there that reminded me of Greece. And then lesson 5, Treasured Spices in Northern Europe. And, well, that's a big area. You know, that's a pretty broad, there's a lot of variety in Europe. And there's, you know, anyway. And lesson 6, New American Cuisine, the Global Kitchen. So, I mean, he really didn't cover a lot. And these lessons are only half an hour each. So he was able to make maybe a couple dishes to showcase huge areas of importance in the spice world. I mean, he didn't, there was nothing, I mean, there's, for anything that we think of as East Asian, he did talk about kimchi, but that's, I mean, he put that, anyway, it's not Chinese. I think kimchi is Korean, isn't it? And he didn't do anything that was like Japanese cooking at all. And that's another one of the major healthy cuisines of the world, like Okinawan diet and stuff. You've probably heard of that. Anyway, nothing like that in there. He didn't use any seaweeds, didn't talk about seaweeds, nothing. Now, I will say that I totally want to make a spice rack that looks like this for every single different area. So I want to have like make an art spice rack for that are kind of designed like shadow boxes, with various, that show various areas, and so it inspired me to do art, actually, just this cover. So that's great. And his recipes, I honestly do want to try to work from them a bit. So I'm not saying it's I'm not saying this was bad. Everyone should watch this. It doesn't take long. I'm just saying, if you wanted to learn about the spices of India, You could do 6 DVDs on just India, because there's a lot to be learned there. So okay, I will show you. There's one page in here, and I should have bookmarked it so that I could actually. I'm not going where it is. Oh, there we go. Mediterranean spice blends. Ras El Hanout, Harissa, Tabil, Duka, Zatar, Baharat. And I don't know if I pronounced those correctly. So he gives recipes for making all those spice blends. But India, he gives us a sambar masala recipe. That's it. Seriously. And he teaches us how to make chai tea. You don't need the tea. You just say chai. Anyway, so yeah, I am. Like, I'm a big fan of the Great Courses series. There's, but I wouldn't give this an excellent rating. Maybe okay. It was a bit of a disappointment, because here I mean spices. Essential secrets of spices in cooking, and not nailing it at all. And frankly, I am surprised that he's a chef instructor at the Culinary Institute of America. I mean, maybe he was just nervous in front of the camera and he didn't have things planned out quite right. But I mean, when you watch it, you'll see there's a lot of things that don't seem totally professionally done. Anyway, but his food looked really appetizing. So, I mean, besides the whole, he tried to do some fusion. Recently I watched this, what was it called?